I am on, yes. Good afternoon. Welcome here to Cavaliers TV as we get ready for kickoff between women's soccer of Vanier College against Champlain St-Lambert here from Seaway Park off the banks of the St. Lawrence River on a hot, sultry midday showdown between two teams that have no love lost with each other as they had a couple of spicy encounters last season. In fact, you're looking at the defending national champion Vanier Cheetahs against the aforementioned national champion Champlain St-Lambert Cavaliers from a few years ago. And what should be a very sumptuous game between these two teams here, looking to fortify themselves in the race of the Quebec Conference. Champlain coming in at 2-0, Vanier at 1-0. Champlain started off the year with wins over Montmorency and John Abbott. And for Champlain, they beat John Abbott 3-0. And now a big one here with these two teams and what could set the tone, the landmark of what could be a top four encounter by the time the season is all said and done here. A much different Vanier team compared to where they were last year of the number of players who are no longer on the roster, which is their top six scorers who are no longer here. But for Champlain, a team that has had a youth revival, now looking to get themselves back in position to be a top-tier team in the RSEQ. Champlain will be their home whites with blue shorts, and for Vanier, and they're all reds, top to bottoms here for kickoff between these two teams as we get ready for which should be a very good game with these two schools going at it this afternoon here from Seaway. The last rites for both teams now as they converse in their huddles before we get things kicked off here from Seaway. High noon kickoff. The second to last summer Sunday of the year before the autumnal weather will come in a fortnight's time. And with that, colder weather, and that means playoffs not too far away for the women's Sage Up division. Both teams, last conversation before we kick off things here. Champlain, of course, playing their first game since last Sunday in which they won over John Abbott. And now with what they did the last year against Vanier, where they went 0-1-1, they hope to get themselves a big W here and really set the tone in this matchup between these two schools early on in this going here. So the first course of your NFL Sundays, for those who are watching NFL games here, but the first course of your Sunday afternoon lunch, and what should be a big hitter game between these two teams. Potential top four teams clashing here from Seaway 3. The question now remains, will one team come with a full three, or will they split the honors here from Seaway on a gorgeous Sunday afternoon as we get things underway here with Grondin, who will get things underway for Champlain, win the number 3 shirt. Whistle blown, and away we go. To the near side it comes, and now Vanier looking to get control of the first possession, and that will be played back into their territory right over to Quevillon, who will go back over to Sunfell. Champlain trying to establish themselves with their formation early on here, and recovered in time easily as Sanford was out there for Vanier, and now we'll go back over to the corridor of the Champlain back four, led by number 14 and Anne Perrault. And here is Perrault being closed down by the Vanier high press, this time led by number 23 and Carliane Dujewicz, and back out it comes to the near side. And for Champlain, they are being pressed ever so slightly by Vanier, and they break it down to the near side it comes. Now down the sidelines it goes, 50-50 here for Vanier and for Champlain, and that is recovered in time rather easily by Sanford, and she now is hemmed in a one-way traffic, and now will go out for a throw-in for the Cavaliers, and this will be Champlain throw-in here in the early going of this matchup. Played now, space to work with, cross into the box, and that is over everyone's head, including Brianna Souza, and now we'll go out to the far side and play back out for a throw-in for the Cheetahs, who look to get themselves going in this game on the first kick. They scored 34 goals last year, the Vanier Cheetahs, but they have lost a lot of firepower with the graduation from their national champion team that they won last November. Play through at the midfield stripe. And back with it is Perrault, who's had the most touches so far in the early going in this matchup for the Cavaliers. And back to her keeper, this time to Stabile, who she will take her time. Long launch to the near side. And now one, this time a heavy touch by Victoria. And played through once again by Jean Pelletier for Champlain. Over the head of Perrault, and calmly right there is Godet, right back over to Stabile, who will now control the narrative in the early going in this matchup. Far side it comes. Kumar on the close down for Vanier, and played now. A searching pass right over to Victoria, and a one-touch heavy, and recovered this time by Vanier. And this time St-Lambert really cleaning up the mess, and over it comes to Vasilunas. Far side. Here is Souza on the turn. Now going back to her left, and we'll play the safety pass instead to her corridor. Vanier calmly now working its well through, and Champlain will close that down for a throw in here in the early going this matchup as we're 3 minutes through. Headed away, this time by Kazajian, and that will be a throw-in for the Cavaliers from the far side in front of the Vanier bench. Sarrois right there in support, and this will go instead over to Rondin, who will lose it now as the traffic of bodies, and recover this time by Vanier. Here's Souza, open space to work with, and now Pelletier will play it back out to the near side. Starting to open up a bit here for both teams, and this will be fostered out to the Champlain side, back over to Stabile, this time from Jean Pelletier. And back over to the far side it comes. And we're seeing Vanier now play with a single high striker, almost a 4-2-3-1 look here for the Cheetahs in early going, and trying to really stem the speed of the Vanier, of the Champlain attacking front that they have. And this time it's Sarrois who gets knocked over, and a crash of bodies. This will be a free kick for the Cavaliers from inside the Vanier side of the territory on the midfield stripe on the right hand. As Roy awaits for her teammates to move forward, a high line here presented by the Cheetahs. Only 3 white shirts up in the jungle of red uniforms in this scenario. Whistle blowing in. Into the storm it goes, and this will take a funny bounce to Lavoie, who will lose it off the strong left touch this time, coming in from Victoria, who can't get in. Somehow it goes right over to St-Lambert, and this will be played right to the keeper, and they will ease the sting and look to keep the fizz of the Champlain attack in the bottle in the early going in this first half. Rolled through by Van Doesburg, and out to the far side it comes. And here is Souza once again. To the left hand it goes, right by Kumar, and that will go out for a throw-in again for the Cavaliers. And it will be St. Pierre who will have the honors once again. St. Pierre looking for options to her left, and we'll take a short launch. That will be a one-touch over into the loop it comes, and right to the 18-yard stripe it goes, and a 50-50 down to the near side it comes. Vanier now trying to win that ball back. They do, and they clear it out of harm's way. And right now it's been one-way traffic for Champlain in the early going here for this throw-in coming up. Right now, no shots on target, and that will be a routine catch this time by Van Doesburg. And Kumar now is on the run, trying to use her jet speed up ahead, long ball through, right by the Vanier attacker, and this will go right over to Stabile, and now be back over to her teammate, and this will be played short now to the eye of the Vanier formation. This time it is Champlain attacking the seam. Sarrois will go down to the left side over to St. Pierre, who will play over to Roy. Roy's got down the left flank looking for an opening. She will not get that, and now go off the Vanier player for a throw-in. That was off of number 18, Raphael Etier, and now throwing here for St. Pierre. St. Pierre assessing the options that she has in this situation. Grandin now making her way through, and now back over. Here is Roy on her right. Switch of play, and that's over everyone's head. Space now. Could this be the first shot on target? And that goes wide right instead. The idea was there. The execution was not for Champlain, but they're showing more of the creativity in the early going in this matchup here in this first half of play from Seaway. Van Doesburg will take her time. we'll play it short instead. And here is Sandiford. Switch of play, low, daisy cutter pass up ahead. Open space to work with for Vanier as they are now moving up forward. And this time it is Souza up to the left side it comes. Kumar now flexing out to the left side. She's got space down there. Closed down quickly this time by Gaudette. And now going for a throw-in. And that was the first real attacking intent by the Cheetahs from their own end. And they were able to break through the Vanier or Champlain formation to get that through. Here's Souza. Play through, and that ball nutmegs Kazajian, and that will go out to the left flank. Recover this time, and back over to Souza comes, looking for a part two, and will play a beautiful pass into the eye. And the first touch did not get to Vasilou quickly as enough. And this we played back out to the corridor and played over. Sandefeld will torch one up ahead. Turn and twist by Kazajian, does not get that ball cleanly. And now played over to Champlain. Here is Victoria once again. Working the interplane. That will go out for a throw in here for the Cheetahs. Cavion. Sandiford. Back over to Van Doesburg. Champlain about 15 yards away from closing down the gap with the Cheetahs on their corridor. Coming through again, beautiful pass over to Sigmund, and Sigmund has got space to work with. A 3 versus 3 perhaps. Long ball through, that was going to be offside. It was intended for Kazajian, and that will go out for a goal kick here for the Cavaliers as we're 9 minutes through in this first half. Perrault. Nice turn by Victoria. But right there is Sandiford, and she will go back over. And it closed down quickly. Could this be a hash by Vanier? And Sandiford recovers on the error by her. And now we'll look to snake our way through and smuggle that ball out of harm's way. Quick feet this time coming in from Kevion, who's got space down the left side and played over right to Sigmund. And now that will go out for a throw-in for the Cavaliers here. Played low, and with it once again is Roy. Given away, right back to Kumar. And with it is Sigmund. And that was a almost near fatality for Allard on that pass, going to the far side. She will launch one up ahead. Chasing down the seam it goes is Carlianne Derwich, and that will go out for a throw-in for the Cavaliers. And St. Pierre will have a chance to get this ball back into the party of action so far. 0-0. We're through 10 in this first half. Allard trying to box their way through with Vassilounis, and now we poked up ahead, and Vassilounis will get to it. Now a foul will be called against Champlain. This will be a free kick for the Cheetahs inside of the Champlain territory. So Vanier will have their first real attempt of attacking threat here from about 40 yards or about 44 yards out. And perhaps working a two-game person here with Vassilounis. And here's Vassilounis. Trying to quarterback a pass down the left flank, and that is not going to be anywhere near that. Victoria gets it first. And a clattering in cleats and a painful ending on that as Grandin went down, and now the referee will see if she's okay. Throwing here for Champlain. Trying to get themselves their first shot on target officially Vanier has none so far as we're through 12 minutes of play in this first half. With it is Jean Peltier, and she will go out to the left side. And that is going to be forced out by Kumar for another throw in here for the Cavaliers. Played through, and that is going to be forced out of harm's way by Lavoie for Champlain, and cleared over not one but three heads for the pitch. And now circling back will be Quevillon as she goes back over to Van Doesburg on the long kick. To the midfield stripe it comes over Perrault's head, and now being closed down quickly, this time by Gaudette, and she will go back to Stabile as she now will look to get this ball back into play, and she does right to Gaudette. Low pass through. Far side and near side it comes. Champlain trying to chess piece their way through this Vanier formation, and that will go from Stanford right back to Van Doesburg once again. That has been the common link so far for Vanier possession. And now sprayed down low. Quevillon. Crash their bodies back over to Quevillon. Will launch one into the Champlain end and ping pongs back over to the Vanier side. And now with it is Sigmund, who will go back over to the corridor once again. So Vanier's route one method has been going back to the line, and unfortunately cannot really create much once inside the attacking end of the Champlain territory. Here's another long ball through. And right now it's almost like a service game here with these two teams in a tennis format. And with it is Sanford on a lovely move by her on the near side. Guillemette, long ball through. And launching Stabile, who will sky one into the South Shore blue skies. And now we play down to the circle it comes. Now racing through, and now space to work with for Grandin. Through ball. Could this be the chance for Champlain? Here's Victoria on the right wing. Numbers in favor for the Cheetahs, and back out. Draw pass through, chipped into the box, far side, header! And that just missed the target as Victoria Dupont was in the right area, but had the wrong angle on the trajectory of the header. And the first real attacking attempt for either side almost comes up 1-0 for the Cavaliers in the first quarter of play here from St-Lambert. Almost a miscue by the captain, Allard. And now she recovers, now dancing her way through. Calmly down to the left wing she goes. Into the right side it comes. Throw-in coming up here for the Cavaliers. Good start for the Cavaliers. A slow burn here for either side. Trying to establish themselves in the early going in this first half. For Vanier, a bit of a slower start. Champlain is showing more endeavor so far in their attacking enterprise. And for the Cheetahs, they know that if they can lay down the marker here to get themselves a full 3 points against the Cavaliers, that could change the whole pinnacle of how the Quebec Conference could look by the end of the season, with the Nationals going to be here in about 2 months from today. Free kick now for the Cavaliers. Vanier playing a much more deeper line than before as they recede back into their 18. Going to the far corner, and the ambitious play did not work out as well as imagined by the Cavaliers. And this will be a goal kick for the Cheetahs. A scorching pass right through, and that works out well. And here come the Cheetahs as Sigmund now working to the left, to the right, and back over comes to Derwich. Back to Sigmund. And Vanier has opened up the Cavaliers on this first touch. Now here they come into the right side they come. Kumar was waiting for the pass, and that got snatched away by the Cavaliers and played right through once more. Allard inside the plus territory. Here is Kumar. That touch goes over and takes a funny bounce, and right over to the Cavaliers it comes. And here's Jean Peltier once again trying to find a through ball. Allard right there along with Sanford to clean it up for the Cheetahs. The corridor for the Cheetahs has some bite and spice to it when it comes to the defending aspect of it. And so far they've shown it in the first 20 minutes of play. Throwing again for the Cheetahs and played back out to Kumar on her chest. A nice little flick by her. And now she gets the return, and she's opened up the Cavaliers. And a through ball coming in and right into the last third it goes. And this will be a corner kick for the Cheetahs. as Derwich was able to force that off of Gaudette. And now the first real opportunity for the Cheetahs comes on a corner kick on a beautiful flick by Kumar that opened up the Cavaliers. And now a chance for the Cheetahs to maybe get their first goal, and they'll play it short. Derwich into the storm, and that is going to be misfired by either side and pushed away by the Cavaliers, still on their heels. And now back with it is Grandin. She now has space. This could be a 2-on-none for the Cavaliers. Here they come. Could they get the first goal of the day? Grandin is closed down and unable to get a clean passage of play, and a beautiful close down by the Cheetahs on that. And coming through big time was Chloe Ouimet. And now they're going to be back on their heels once again, and that will go right to Van Doesburg as Sandiford and Ouimet combined to close down Grandin ever so perfectly on that, as the crucial intervention touch prevented Champlain from getting a proper shot on net. And who knows, maybe a 1-0 lead on that top of that. Van Doesburg. Push now again, closing down the gap is St. Pierre from Kumar. Switch of play near side. Oodles space to work with. Through ball again. Grandin's got space. Van Doesburg off her line, and she read that ever so perfect and saw the threat coming in from Grandin, and she was able to erase that threat from the Cavaliers. And now you're starting to see Champlain unlock this Vanier back line in the midfield area, attacking the shoulder length of the Cheetahs corridor. Play through once more, and here is St. Pierre, and that will go out for a throw-in. As we're through 19 minutes of play in this first half, 0-0 between Vanier and Champlain from Seaway off the banks of the St. Lawrence on a gorgeous Sunday afternoon in South Shore in the St-Lambert area. Enjoy the weather, because they will get colder as we move along in the month of September, going towards October, and then come November for Nationals, it will be very cold. To the end line it comes, and that will go out for a goal kick here for the Cavaliers. Champlain has shown more endeavor so far, but full credit to Vanier. Their backline and keeper have kept this game at donuts. And this will go out for a throw-in for the Cheetahs. And it will be Cavion. Going in and over the head of Derwich, and back out it comes. To the far side it goes. Dupont can't get to it, and now will go out for a throw-in for the Cheetahs. Here's Souza. Sandiford. Souza again. Sigmund's pass will go into a white area of the uniforms for Champlain and play back out to Sandiford once again. To the far side it goes, and now trying to negotiate their way through, and they do indeed. And here come the Cheetahs working their way upfield. This time it is Etier, and she will get that ball pickpocketed from her right foot. And it was a big run. Ouimet, number 16 for the Cheetahs. And over it comes to Gaudette, and to Champlain it is. First touch down the near side, and that ricochets off, and right over it comes. And here is Sarrois. Giveaway. Kumar will play back over to Sigmund. Sigmund will calm the ball down and play back to Kumar on the right wing. Kumar's got speed to burn, and now trying to work our way through the formation of the Cavaliers. Sigmund once again. And that will be played right over to the Cavaliers, and they will get the ball back. St. Pierre, and away it comes. Through ball. Grandin, no-look pass. Here is Victoria on the right wing. Grandin to the left side. Play through, going for goal, and that is wide left, coming off the foot of Ariane Lavoie. And Lavoie thought that was going to be a corner, and instead it will be a goal kick instead for the Cheetahs over the Cavaliers. Champlain And now there will be a water break here after 20 minutes of play. So stay tuned on Cavaliers TV. 0-0, water break being presented for both teams. And we'll be back after the water break. Welcome back here to Cavaliers TV as we get ready for the remainder of this first half as we took a water break for both teams. It is a very warm Sunday afternoon here in St-Lambert, Quebec on a gorgeous late summer day as fall is not far from us. And that means winter's not far either. And this will be Vanier ball. Van Doesburg will get things underway once more. And she'll play it short. And now Vanier will look to quarterback their way through and trying to get themselves their first goal of the day. Still 0-0 between these two teams. Both teams were a bit cautious in the early going. Vanier has been a little bit more on the cautious side of things here, driving 40 and a 40. Champlain is showing the desire of going sometimes 70 and a 40. And unfortunately have not been able to get that first goal. And now here come the Cheetahs. They can work on a 4v4 here. And Kumar was the intended player for that pass. And right there was St. Pierre shadowing Kumar step for step down the left side, now going towards the Vanier end. Grandin playing a little bit deeper than before. Coming through once again to the Cavaliers. Nice twist, and a better defending this time coming in from Etier. And that will go back out. And here come the Cheetahs the other way. And a big part of that was we met number 16 on that defending. Now Kumar's got space down the right side. Being closed down by Gaudette. Kumar into the last third, and Gaudette right there with the Centurion-like defending. And this will go back out to Champlain as now it's opened up completely with both teams taking a little bit more risk in this first half. Let's play through. Ricochets over and back over to Van Doesburg as she now has Allard to her immediate left. Souza. Allard. Cavillon to her immediate left. Sigmund, first touch. Tries to get around around Jean Pelletier. She does, and Jean Pelletier will get the touch back from Grandin. And now the Cavaliers are really looking to influence this possession. They have space to work with down the right side. Grandin, one touch, and that ball just slipped off her foot, intended for Victoria, and this will be a goal kick again for the Vanier Cheetahs. Again, Vanier taking the slow route home. Being patient, looking to catch Champlain on the error on the counterattack if they can do so. And now Kumar does as she will zap her way through, looking for a little zip and zest on the right side. Closed down by Gaudette. This has been a good battle between Gaudette and Kumar. Now space. Here is Souza from 20 yards out. And that will take a ricochet again off the Champlain player. And now they look to open up the Cheetahs, and they won't do so in that play. And back out it comes over to Allard, who will now calm things down on her right foot, the captain of the Cheetahs. Close down, crash of bodies, play on. Referee will give the foul instead. And a kick here for the Cheetahs. And it will be Victoria who will take her time on that. Perrault to her far right. Everyone up ahead now working their way back is Jean Petier, and this will be a ball launched over into the left side. It comes down and now to Victoria Dupont, and it'll be a throw-in for the Cheetahs. Souza. Almost given away. Allard right there to clean it up. St-Lambert as well for the Cheetahs. And now it will be popped up in the air. St-Lambert will play it back to her keeper. Van Doesburg skying up there. Alert on her toes. And this will be played back over to the Cheetahs. St-Lambert being closed down. Van Doesburg forced to kick that ball away with Lavoie lurking with intent. And turning and twisting. This will be kept in by Sigmund. And now she's looking for an outlet. Nelly Sigmund now will work it back over and played back out in a foul against Champlain as St-Lambert was knocked over. And it will be her who will have the chance to get things reconvened here. St-Lambert, Souza, Sigmund. And a miscue by her. She took her eyes off the ball, caught in two minds. And now Champlain looking to cash in. Grondin slips on the turf. And now Van looking to cash in on that mistake, and they won't do so. And this will be poached back out and back over to the Cheetahs to go. Souza. Allard. Launched over. Headed back through. Durich will not get to it. And this will go back over to the Cavaliers here in the 29th minute of play, as we have about a little bit more than a quarter of an hour to go in this first half. Perrault. Victoria. Here's Perrault again. Vanier keeping everyone back. And a great read this time by the Cheetahs, and it goes off the foot. Vasilounas hasn't had many touches since the first five. Was able to get that ball nearly for the Cheetahs. And now here come the Cavaliers the other way, trying to work the numbers in their favor. Diagonal ball. And right over it comes to the captain in Allard, who will now play back up ahead. Vasilounas, switch of play. Kumar, and that ball will take a two-hopper out of play for a throw-in for the Cavaliers. St. Pierre. Kumar will get that ball first, and now St. Pierre will look to clean away any mistakes and residue from that throw-in, and now will be a throw-in for the Cavaliers. And taking their long walk is St. Pierre. And you would imagine that there would be some added time here at the end of the first half. Maybe a few more minutes, maybe 4 minutes, who knows. But right now the focus is that the game is still 0-0 after 30 minutes of play. Grondin. Here is Dupont. And now with it is Sigmund. Tries to find a pass, couldn't get it through the last line of defense. And now Champlain back on the attack. And now they've opened up the back line of the Cheetahs. And calmly, right there is St-Lambert. And she gives it back over to Quevillon. Sigmund. Turning this way is Kazajian, and that will be stopped. And now she tried to get that ball back. She does indeed. Back on possession. That will be nutmegged right through the legs of Durich. And that will go back over to Stabil. And Stabil will calm it down. Try to take the sting out of the Vanier intent. And played over once again. And that will be a stiff arm by Jean Petier, and Champlain back in possession. 60-40 possession stats in favor, and a nutmeg right through the legs of Quevillon. And Grondin dances her way through. Champlain lurking. Far post, header over the net. A pretty intricate art of passing by the Cavaliers. comes up with an empty stroke of the header. And Champlain looking like a team that they are in the position to get the first goal of the game here, as Lavoie could not get the trajectory perfect on that far post pass. Souza. Kumar closed down once more. St. Pierre. And that takes a ricochet off of Kumar's backside, and that will be played out in front of the Vanier bench. And a slide tackle right there, and that will be thrown for the Vanier Cheetahs. Kumar. Headed through. There could be a miscue here for Vanier. Shot and fizz over the net. Durich almost punished the Champlain back line. That ball had a lot of fizz on it, but did not have the dip on it. And that could have been 1-0 for the Cheetahs. Perrault. Short pass, St. Pierre. And closed down this time, and a good job by Kazajian, who's had a stealth-like effort so far for the Cheetahs in this first half. Kevion. Vassilounis, beautiful dip and dive on that, and she was able to get that ball through and unable to get to Durwich on that pass. And this will be played back over. Here come the Cavaliers. Another long ball up ahead, played back down. Vassilounis will chip that up ahead. Kevion over the head of Sigmund. Right side it comes, and back to Stabile it goes. A little less than 10 minutes to go in this first half. Perrault, Stabile. Vanier now going with again with a unique situation of a 4-2-3-1 look. But you're starting to see Sigmund really have more of an influence supporting Durwich on the attacking intent at times. And a throw in here for the Cheetahs deep in the last third of the Champlain end. And it will be Ouimet who will have a chance to get this ball back into play. Souza takes 2 steps back, and she's forced on that, and then didn't get the required touch that she wanted on that play, and now tries to get back the ball. She does indeed, back over to Vassilounis. Souza deflects, now turning this way. Near side it comes. Here is Kevion. Kevion will play it back over to the captain of the team, and Allard. Diagonal pass, Durwich off the hand, and it'll be a foul instead, as Durwich came in a little bit too over the top on that and knocked over Gaudette. It did hit Gaudette's hand, but the referee saw the first act of the action and opted for that as a foul, then the handball. Stabile. Allard will poach one up ahead around St. Pierre. Kumar now will take a lovely pirouette. Kumar looking to bamboozle St. Pierre, and now here she comes down the right wing. Kumar sliding her way through, and St. Pierre having none of that. And St. Pierre and Kumar going at it like centurions out there, and that will go off for a corner kick. And that's been a great battle with these two players in a chess match. And St. Pierre babysat Kumar step for step on that play, and Kumar tried to finagle her way through, but couldn't get that cleanly, and gets a corner kick instead for Vassilounis. Played short. Space going right to the keeper's hands. The first shot net from Kazajian, and that will be an easy routine catch for Stabile. As now Vanier starting to show some prowess right now with their attacking intent here in this first half. St-Pierre. Touch through, Grandin. Beautiful ball through, has opened up the Vanier back line. And trying to work it to the right to left was Lavoie and couldn't get that cleanly. And now back over it comes to Quevillon. Durich right overhead, too much depth on that pass from the Quevillon kick. And a roller now to Perrault. Grandin. On the left, switch of play, diagonal pass. Allard misfired that one. Here come the Cavaliers. Breakaway goal! 1-0 Champlain. Vanier might have an argument that Allard was pushed over, but Dupont catches on the mistake, and a 1-0 lead for the Cavaliers. In the 30th minute of play, Victoria Dupont opens up the account, and Champlain has liftoff on the first goal of the day. And the miscue coming in from what was a very sturdy back line for the Cheetahs. And the Cheetahs a little bit surprised, thinking that there was a push from Dupont on the initial ball coming into the corridor. And instead, the referee saw otherwise, and now a 1-0 lead for the Cavaliers over the Cheetahs. Dupont, the goal scorer. And now what does Vanier have in their bag of tricks? And they're going to have to open up this formation now and try and get themselves a priceless equalizer. Van Doesburg. Played through, and now another throw in here for the Cavaliers. And it appears that Champlain's made a sub now as well, as coming into the game is Catherine Pichet. And Pichet's first touch will go out for a throw-in for the Cheetahs, and now is St-Pierre. So could Kumar have a chance to attack a fresh-legged Pichet, but the experience not there from Pichet against Kumar in this game as of yet. Here's Quevillon, switch of play near side. Play back into the circle it goes. Sigmund. And that ball was zigging and Kumar was zagging, and that's what we play back to Souza once again. Over to Kazajian. Allard. Souza. Souza again. Kazajian. Far side it goes, working the small triangle passes in the last line of defense coming through, and well read by Vanier. And play back to Vassilunas. And now Vanier will circle back the wagons and re-rack this possession here. Van Doesburg. Sanford. And Vassilunas. She's been the one who's been the bright spot for the Cheetahs, linking up play both ends. Durwitz tries to make a turn and had Godet beat. Knocked over, foul, and this time Sigmund will be called for that. And a free kick here for Stabile with a little less than 5 to go in this first half. Plus added time. Another free kick here. Sanford will be called for that. She knocked over Grandin. And now a free kick, and this is central position. Distance is about 35 yards out. And on the ball is Sarrois. Is she in the mood for a shot on net, or will she look for a deflection? Central position here. Two-person wall for the Cheetahs. She might have the clear target on sight here. Will it be shoot on sight? She goes for goal, and that is over the net. It flew, and it kept on flying. Allard with it. Vanier has homer giveaway. Here comes Champlain because they punished them on this mistake. Grandin into the box, cleared away, back out to Champlain's feet. And now working the way through is Roy over to Grandin. And right there with a crucial touch is Kazadjian for a throw in here for the Cavaliers. Grandin's pass, and that went right by the heels of the Champlain player for a goal kick here. St-Lambert closed down, and she's trapped in a cul-de-sac, and now stolen right by Champlain. Victoria, and that will go out or for a corner kick here for the Cavaliers. As St-Lambert was patient, and got burnt. And this will be a corner kick for the Cavaliers, and this might be their last roll of the dice of a threatening proposition here, and maybe have themselves a 2-goal insurance policy going to the team talk at halftime. And it'll be Sarah Roy who will have the chance to do so on this corner kick. Champlain's got 2 in the 6. They got 4 hovering around the 18. Vanier's got everyone back but one. Outswinger. Into the queue it comes. Cleared away. Could this be a shot from distance? Takes a ricochet off high into the sky and played back out. Grandin can't get to it. Kumar does. Play back over this time to Perron, and this will be played over once more because Adrian can get to that cleanly for the Cavaliers. And right now with his Cavillon, and back to Vasilunus it comes. And she will calm the storm down from the Cavaliers. Pichet read that well, and now we'll go out of play for a throw-in. We met Jean Pelletier, Roy. Jean Pelletier again. Beautiful pass. Pichet's got space and momentum, and right there, and a stifling move, a forensic touch by Allard to get that ball back for the Cheetahs. Kazadjian gets around 1 Champlain player, gets around 2 Champlain players. 3 versus 3 now, make it a 4-on-3 for the Cheetahs. Could he cash it in? Dancing, looking, perhaps going for glory. 1 too many dribbles. It is indeed. Champlain recovers, going for goal, and that had potential, and it ended up being empty as Kazadjian was caught dribbling, and the last dribble unnerved the whole process. Grandin, St-Pierre. Well read. Sigmund. This could be a 3 versus 3. Durich onside. Left side she comes. Champlain closing down. Will she go for a goal? Played the pass instead, and that might have been the right option for the Cheetahs. Souza tried to funnel that ball back over to Durich. Vasilunus will space one into the air, and now played back out to the Cavaliers. Victoria. Right by Sigmund, right by Roy, and over the heads of not 1 but 2 players on the field. And Cavillon, and that ball's taking a slow roller like a curling shot out of play for a throw in here as we are in injury time in this first half. Grandin. St-Pierre. And that last pass intended for Grandin does not get to her cleanly, and this will be a throw-in for the Cheetahs. Cavillon. With it again is Allard. Played through, and this will go out of play for a throw-in once again here or a goal kick now. So at the end of the first half, that was the last action of the first half here. Champlain won on a goal by Dupont, and they lead this at halftime. We're through 45 with 45 to go. Stay tuned here on Cavaliers TV for second half action. Could Champlain improve to 3-0, or will Vanier steal points from the Cavaliers from Seaway 3? Stay tuned. Welcome back here to Cavaliers TV. Mo Khan here on the call as we get ready for second half action between Champlain. Between Champlain and Vanier here as we get ready for second half action on a goal by Dupont. And now the question is for the Cheetahs, can they come back with their own response in the second half? Vanier in red ink, Champlain in the black ink side of the pen. And we'll see what adjustments both teams do in the second half here as we get ready for second half action between these two teams from Seaway. Vanier did show some spark, but now we'll see what changes they can do here as we're underway. Can't do 4 in the game now for the Cheetahs as they do bring in Samantha Morelli as well as to be a high attacker. So Vanier does make a change with their legs to get some fresh ingenuity out there if they can. Dupont knocked over and a free kick here for the Cavaliers. Champlain going right to left, Vanier left to right. And a free kick coming up for Gaudette. Play through, open space for the pocket of area for the Cavaliers. That heads right through, knocked over this time. And played back out. Shot from distance, loose ball, and cleared away last second. And Jean-Baptiste for the Cavaliers almost had a chance to get that second goal of this second period of play. And now both teams showing more enterprising play, and this will go out to Jean-Baptiste, and she was caught in 2 minds for a throw-in here for the Cheetahs. Over the head, played back out to the far side for another throw-in here for Kevion. So right now, a wholesale change for the Cheetahs with their front three. You wonder if Kumar might come back to this game at some point. Twist and turn by Dufour. Can't get that through, and back out to Dupont comes. Here is Grandin. Looking for an option now as she finds it. And now played back out. First touch almost costing Sarawa, and now fizzed down low. Jean-Baptiste, Roy, opening up once more. Here come the Cavaliers, and now inside the last third it comes, and that will go out for a goal kick or a corner kick. And it'll be a corner kick instead for the Cavaliers. Champlain really looking to put a screw into this game here and tighten it up against the Cheetahs. Grandin's in the 6. About 4 now, make it 5. White shirts hovering around the 18. A queue of about 9-10 players inside the 18 for both teams. Outswinger into the storm it comes. Header and cleared away by Vanier. And could he catch Champlain on the counter? And they won't indeed on that situation as Gaudette will get that through. Jean-Baptiste. Play back out, and now with it is Varisco. Into the last third it goes for Roland, and Van Doesburg will give this a throw-in. Now officially a goal kick for the Cheetahs. To the far side it comes, and now Kevion can't keep that in. This will be a throw-in for the Cavaliers in front of their own bench. 1-0 lead for the Cavaliers over the Cheetahs. Dupont, the goal scorer, now looking to add a second to their tally. Grandin. Launched in diagonally. Drop pass, and that shot was ambitious coming off of the foot of Simona Varisco. And this will be a goal kick for the Cheetahs. And they'll play it short over to Kevion. Vanny's been very methodical on possession, working it from the back line. And a beautiful, nifty touch by Vanier to break the press. Pichet will lose it back over, this time to Kumar, who's playing a lot deeper than before. And now Jean-Baptiste has it. And a 1v1 going to her left, now to her right, back to her left. Kumar will clean up that mess. And now calmly will play it back over and has Verisco to her right and will play it over to Morilatos. Kumar. Looking to negotiate her way through and author a pass to the far side. She does indeed. And tripped up, foul against Champlain. Kevion knocked over, and this will be Vanier ball, and it will be Vassilounis on the ball on a free kick. Here is Vassilounis once more. Played back out, Allard on it. And that goes right by, that skips right over a foot, right to Rimet. Allard. Diagonal pass, switch of play, far side. And that is carbon copied by the defense of Champlain, and back into the Vanier territory it comes, and over it goes to Van Doesburg. Kumar. Now playing more of a central midfielder position for the Cheetahs. Rimet. Closed down. Right by the foot of Morilatos, and now she tries to win that ball back for a throw-in here for the Cheetahs. Rimet will be the one on the ball. Play through, and this will go off of Pichet and for another throw-in here for a second bite of cherry for Rimet. Rimet looking for options, and she will find it indeed. And this will go out for another throw-in once more, this time for the Cavaliers. Pichet. Morilatos can't get to it. Gondé does, and she'll circle it back. Closing down is Vanier, and this will go off of the Vanier shins of Morilatos for another throw-in here for Pichet. Right now, Vanier or Champlain rather, is stuck in park, trying to get this ball out of their own end. And Rimet will get that miscue by Champlain. Kumar. Fancy footwork by her. And that will go out for a throw-in again. And for who? For Champlain instead. And that will give them a quick respite. And take off the pressure from the Cheetah heat coming in from the red. And that goes off of Kumar. And that was intended for Verasco. And this will be another throw-in here for Pichet. Pichet take a running start, long throw up ahead, headed up over the top, played back out, Verisco. Open space now coming in for Roy. Jean-Baptiste can't get to it. Far side it comes, and now she does on a funny hop. Jean-Baptiste applying pressure, going for goal, knocked over, and this will be a corner kick instead for the Cavaliers. So Jean-Baptiste's hard work rewarded for a corner. And this will be the second corner of the half for the Cavaliers, and it will be Sarah Roy who will have the chance. 53rd minute of play here from Seaway. 1-0 lead for Champlain over Vanier. And Grandet is the lone wolf inside the 6 for the Cavaliers. Outswinger, header, loose ball. Kumar got the first touch and went to the valley of the unknown, and Vanier got out of that cleanly, and now that takes a funny hop, and this will be a free kick here for the Cheetahs. And the referee asking the Cheetahs to ease off is Kevion and Jean-Baptiste, who are having a little exchange of hellos. Morilatos will get things underway once again. Staniford. Staniford's had a good game for the Cheetahs, now into the 18. And a miscommunication nearly. And right there was Morilatos as she got into Stabile's area. Again, looking with intent, but couldn't find the crucial touch to make it 1-1. Jean-Baptiste Over the head of Grandin, around Allard, right back to Van Doesburg, who has options abound to her right. And she'll take the long one, diagonal pass up ahead. And here is Morilatos. That's going to go right back to Van Doesburg. Will take a couple of steps back on a routine one hop, right into her palms, and play over to the left side of the formation. Champlain now going to a 4-2-3-1. Trying to close down the gaps on the width. We met. Trying to expand the gap width over there. And that pass almost eluding Morilatos, and she gets it back on the miscue. Now Champlain, it's been a buzz of white uniforms closing down the gaps against the Cheetahs. Over the head of Jean-Baptiste. And now she tries to create more space. There's a clattering of cleats. And back it comes over to Veresco. Pichet. Low pass. Jean-Baptiste, one touch. Grandin, slide tackle, crucial play by Kumar. And back out to the near side it comes. Nice turn by Morilatos. Try to find Ouimet on the run. And now Champlain back with it. Verisco knocked over. The 216s going at it. And this will be a throw in here for the Cavaliers. Pichet. And that ball goes into no man's land and right into Van Doesburg's feet and the end line. Kumar. Around Grandin. Morilatos. Here is Costanero. Vanier opening up Champlain offside. First offside call of the day, and it came in the 56th minute of play. As unfortunately for Quevion, she was about a yard or so ahead of the flow. Perrault will go out, and here is Perrault once more. Pichet. Being closed down by Morilatos. Kumar, well read. Here come the Cheetahs. Could this be their chance? Through ball. This could be a good-looking play. Morilatos on the right, offside. The hesitation from Morelli put Morilatos ahead of the line of demarcation. And this will be Champlain possession. Vanier trying to really attack the shoulders of the Vanier back line here. So a good test for the Cavaliers with this Cheetah front line, a little bit more longer in length and showing a little bit more telepathy with their flow. And with his Grandin, she's played every minute. Jean-Baptiste looped over. She will get to it before Allard does, or Stanifel that is. Stanifel trying to win that ball back, and it will indeed be a goal kick here for the Cheetahs. And back with his Stanifel. Sanford, I beg your pardon. Long ball through. Keeper off her line. And a crash of bodies. That takes a ricochet right off. Morelli will get to it first. And Stabile is off her line in practically no man's land. This will be a corner kick here on the last deflection by Champlain. That gives them a breather here. But now Vanier's trying to really rise up with them asking more questions of the Vanier or the Champlain back line here in the second half. Champlain were asking questions in the first half. Now it's Vanier's turn because they unlocked this Champlain back line here to get themselves a tying goal. Kumar on the corner on the far stick. Will she go short? Low kick and did not have much of a threat from the Kumar corner kick. Play back out. Here comes the Cavaliers. This could be a counter that opens up for them, and the touch failed Champlain on that. As sweeping that ball away was Sanford, and this will be a throw-in for the Cavaliers. Verisco. Gets back from Grandin in the 1-2, and Kumar will eliminate any threat from that potential possession. And back with his Morilato. She's knocked over. Varisco will get it back, play on, referee says, and played back out to the circle it goes. Into the near side it comes, and DuPont did not have the afterburners on, and a whistle on the play, and the cleat coming off of Varisco's foot. Half an hour to go in this second half. 1-0 lead for the Cavaliers over the Cheetahs. Kumar. Varisco. Kumar again. Morilatos, or Vasilevs, I beg your pardon, given away. And unfortunately for Grandin, did not have the right touch to control that ball. Morilatos with the through ball. And this will be swept away and kept away by Morelli, now working her way down the 1v1. Into the box it goes, and right there is Vanier on the touch coming up, this time from Dufour. And unfortunately, Dufour had that touch failure. Right now you can see the Morelli influence having a bigger impact than before, as she's caught Champlain out, bamboozled at times. And now the question is, can they get themselves that goal to get this back to parity at 1-1? They'll have a half an hour to go to do this. Kumar's got space. Morilatos has even more space down the right side. And here comes Morilatos, speeding up ahead, into the box, going for the crossbar, and over the head. She tried to go for the floater, and it kept on floating over the crossbar and out of play. And now we're starting to see Champlain's pressure points being attacked by the Vanier formation. And the press being picked up by the Cheetahs, mistake by the Cavaliers, and this will be a corner kick. And right now it has been sort of a stubborn, slow burn start for them. They've been stuck in the blocks, the Cavaliers, and the Cheetahs, again, asking more questions of the Cavalier defending. And it will be Vasilevs who will have a chance to maybe get the creation of a tying goal from her foot on this corner kick. Outswinger into traffic. Vasilevs the creator, Vanier the goal scorer, and we have a tie game at 1-1. A massive goal, and we're back to parity here. And Morelli, the recipient, she has been a menace against the Champlain back four. And Morilatos created that goal, and Morelli was the goal scorer on that. And we're back to parity and a new game here with less than 28 to go in this game. Vanier's been the better team in the second half. Could they steal all 3 points? Here is Jean-Baptiste down the right wing. Allard has picked it up, and it feels like a new sense of life has been born inside of the Vanier legs as they tie this game up on 1-1. The outswinger corner took a deflection, multiple deflections, and Morelli with the golden ticket to tie this game up by 1-1, and this will go out of play for another throw-in here for the Cavaliers. And this could be a very testing moment here for the Cavaliers these next 10 to 15 minutes, if they can get a grip back in this matchup here, as Vanier's now put its bite into this matchup to tie it up by 1-1. Varisco, Pichet. Dupont can't get to it. And now open it up. Here's Morilato. She will get to it first, 2v2. Morilatos gets it back on the miscue. Now cutting against the grain. And Pichet will clean up that potential threat. And this will be a throw in here for the Cheetahs. Kumar. With it is Sandiford. Twisting and turning, we'll go back to a keeper, and right there was Champlain lurking, and that could have been disastrous. And Sandiford will get it back once more on the left side. Sandiford will play it and try to get that ball through to Costanero, and this will go back to Champlain. Varisco. Champlain's got 4-on-3 numbers in their favor. Opens up Dupont. First touch, second touch, couldn't get it. The first touch didn't get to her cleanly. As she got on her left, she might have opened it up for 2-1. And back with it and blazing up as Allard. A beautiful ball down the left side. This can open up Champlain right now. Here is Kevin on the left wing in a 1v1. Into the box it goes. Header, Morelli over the top. And that could have been 2-1 for Vanier. This game is picked up in spice. It's picked up in juice. The jeopardy ever so present. And the twitch ever so. And the concern now for the Cavaliers is there is a downplay for the back line. And this could be a big blow for the Champlain depth here, and trying to get themselves the full 3 points. So stay tuned here. We're through 65 minutes of play from Seaway 3. Champlain 1, Vanier 1 on Cavs TV. Welcome back here to Cavs TV. It is unfortunate for Piche, Catherine Piche, who came on and now is slow to leave. And unfortunately, her day may be done. And now they have to do a little bit of juggling here as Mariam Jean Patier will take over the left back position. And could Vanier exploit that to their advantage? Dupont. Allard, nice little dip, nice little pass. And back with it is Dufour. The defending national champion Cheetahs have not backed down. They have come on strong with more bite and ferocity in their play. And they've definitely been commanding. And here they come with a commanding move. Constanaro down the left side has options. She will go to the far side. Could this be goal number 2 on the end line? And a 1v1, dancing in. Into the box, it goes deflected. Loose ball. Morilatos, and knocked over. Play on. Vassilunas, shot blocked. Morelli's shot. With this offside, cleared away, and Dupont, in a moment of madness, has brought even more twitch to this game. And Vanier really looking like the defending champions in the second half than they were in the first half. Kumar on the ball along with Vassilunas. The creator cleared away this time by Champlain. Grandin. And that is calmly, stealthily poked away. This time by Ouimet, who has had a solid game. This back four for Vanier has been very stout. A wall of red so far. Jean Pelletier. Verisco. Fancy move, left side. Dupont, the goal scorer for Champlain. Jean Pelletier. Well read, patience of virtue. Here come the Cheetahs. Costanaro on the right side. 3 versus 3. Costanaro surveys, looking. And a last second play by Jean Pelletier erased any ball into the box. Costanaro took her eyes off the flow of the play behind her, and she got caught by Jean Pelletier. Headed back down, and this will be another throw in here for the Cavaliers. Though less than 18 to go in this game, could there be one more goal in this storyline between Champlain and Vanier? Almost giving away. Morelli gets it and goes out of play. Stabil was in a hash of a moment. And unfortunately for Vanier, that ball took a different ricochet. And that could have been costly for Champlain. Champlain a little bit more lethargic in terms of their opportunities in the second half. Jean-Baptiste, or a bigger part of Jean Pelletier. And now you're seeing Vanier take away any passing lanes. Kumar, from the circle it comes, chipped up ahead. And played back out to the Cavaliers it comes, and now Champlain looking for an opportunity to move this ball up ahead. And that will go out of play, and this will be a Vanier ball. Last touch by Sarah Roy. Kumar. Ouimet. Back over to Kumar. Kumar trying to work her way through, and she does indeed. This time to Costanaro. She's got Morilatos, and here she is down the right side. Morilatos against Jean Pelletier. Morilatos into the box. And cleared away by Verisco for a throw in here for the Cheetahs. Morilatos, that ball will go to play for a goal kick, it appears. Or I beg your pardon, now a corner kick change last second. And this will be a Vanier opportunity. They scored on a corner. Could they do so again to get the lead? It will be Kumar who will make her way through. Kumar along with Vassilunas. Martins on her left. She's had the magical touch. Into the traffic, far side. Header cleared away by Champlain. To the circle it comes, and this will go back to Van Doesburg. With it once more Sandiford. We met, and that nutmegged her, and this will be a Champlain throw-in. And a substitution now for the Cavaliers as Jean-Baptiste will go off for the Cavaliers. And what do they have in their bag of tricks, the Cavaliers, to perhaps get themselves a goal in the last quarter of the hour? Risco. Dupont knocked over. Play on. No call. Sandiford got all ball, and now Morelli is lurking. Morelli looking for the poaching goal, and that ball went through, and Dufour was on gear number 2 on that running attempt. A goal kick instead for the Cavaliers. Murilatos, and that will stop play here. And another throw-in for the Cavaliers on the near side. That's over the head of Ouimet, and Van Doesburg was a little bit off her line. Now we'll be back in time for that ball with Dupont closest to her for the Cavaliers. Sandiford on the left, trying to see what options are available, and she will go over to Kumar. Loose touch. Dupont has it, knocked over, and that will go on in a slide move right there, giveaway. Gore for glory, and that ball did not have the curl as Roy tried to punish Kumar, who had a bit of a moment, asleep at the wheel almost, and a sigh of relief for her. Allard with it. Murilatos. Ouimet, that's off of Ouimet, and back over it comes to Jean Peltier. Jean Peltier will take her time, seeing what the options are available for her. And Jean Peltier will get a second bite of the cherry on that throw-in coming up right now, looking to see what, again, is out there. And she gets it back on the ricochet, and that goes out of her. So that ends up being nothing for the Cavaliers, and now Vanier will get the possession. Who has the last chance to get a goal here in the late stages of this game? Final 15. Verisco. Played by Grissett. And now over it comes. And a beautiful swerve move coming in from Murilatos and taken away this time by Roy. And that is pushed away by Allard. Allard now weaving and bobbing, slobbing her way through like a skier. Allard with the through ball. And here comes Dufour. She's got stepped on the left side. Dufour stopping, breaking, looking for goal. And a save right there by Stabile. And that could be the biggest moment of the game for Champlain to keep this at 1-1. 12 to go in this ball game. And push forward. Allard once again. Can she make another beautiful ball? She'll switch it up here. Murilatos has oodles of space to work with, oceans to be exact, and tries to get around Jean Peltier. And this has been a good battle in this rendition of the winger against left back. We met the throw-in coming up. Kumar. Sandiford. With it is Allard. Van Doesburg. She hasn't had much to do in the second half, Van Doesburg. And this is her first real action. And with it is Champlain, working it back through. Resiet trying to get that over. And this will stop play momentarily, and back to Van Doesburg it comes. Beautiful play right there where we met. And Champlain now on their heels ever so slightly. Morelli over her head, deflected right to Morilatos. Takes a Vanier bounce on the one hop. Morilatos confidence, calm. Slide tackle, penalty kick. Jean Pelletier, the culprit, and Morilatos was relaxed, composed. And now Vanier has a chance to get themselves a 2-1 lead in this second half with 10 to go. It'll be Catherine Morilatos. Heart pounding the chest. And for Jean Pelletier, it was heart in the mouth moment. They were in red ink to start off, down 1-0 to 45. And now a chance to go up 2-1 with 10 to go. Morilatos, 2-1. Stabile did not move. Morilatos punishes her for that. And a 2-1 lead for Vanier. And now the defending national champions have this game on a vice, about to squeeze the life out of Champlain with 10 to go in this matchup. What does Champlain have? Dupont will go off. And you would imagine the Cheetahs will perhaps park the bus and soak in the pressure and try to catch Champlain on the miscue, as Morelli has been the chief destroyer of the Cavaliers' back line so far on a goal and on a creation that led to the PK and a 2-1 lead. Vassilounis. That's pressured up ahead. Champlain back on the ball. Victoria, and that is slid away. We met. And a corner coming up. Matchup before the injury time. And it will be Roy on the corner kick. Victoria in the 6, along with Grandin. Kumar back for the Cheetahs. Loose ball, far post. And that ball came back out to Roy. Knocked over, PK. Now the return favor in a yellow going against Vanier. And now Champlain has a chance to restore parity. Vanier incensed by that call, asking questions of the official on that play. And now the Cheetahs are going to be having a heart and mouth moment themselves. And at this spot is Ariane Lavoie to perhaps tie it up at 2-2. 83rd minute of play. Eyeball to eyeball. Van Doesburg, Lavoie. To make it 2-2. Champlain, Vanier back to square one. This game full of twists and turns. And you can see the anger from Lavoie towards Morelli on giving the ball back towards the Vanier player. Do we have another goal in us? That might cause a few more heart attacks for those on either side of the fence of either the white or red supporters of Vanier or Champlain. And here come the Cheetahs. They're playing with confidence. Sigmund is cleared out of the way. And this will be a throw-in for the Cheetahs on their side of the field, of the bench, that is. Sanford. Vassilounis now playing the back line. Here is We Met. Knocked over. We Met now chasing on her heels, being closed down by Victoria on the near side, and this will be kept in by Victoria. Champlain's got numbers. Could this be 3-2? Victoria closed by Vassilounis, and Vassilounis will get that ball with a forensic touch at a play for a corner kick. Vanier on their heels. Champlain starting to ask questions of the Cheetahs. This game has been absolutely ruthless, efficiency at its finest, and now perhaps a kill shot on the feet of Champlain with a little less than 5 to go in this matchup. Into traffic, and Champlain. Van Doesburg will push it back up ahead. Morelli's been a gem among the crown jewels for this second half for the Cheetahs. Could she author a goal that would be the passport to victory for the Cheetahs? Or would Champlain pull off the smash and grab here in the second half with a little less than 4 to go? Grandin now. Sanford calmly boxing her way through. Grandin pickpockets her into the box. Tackle, foul. Is that in the box or just outside of the box? Referee will assess. Grandin is down on her back. And Kumar there, and they will need the assistance here. And Grandin is definitely hurt. And that might be the more pressing concern for the Cavaliers, that they've lost 3 bodies, potentially a 3rd body here with Grandin. Pichet is out, along with St. Pierre. And you can see the pleading of where the spot of the foul was. Was it in the box or outside the box? And Sanford is relieved that it's outside the box. And this will come at a sharp angle. And the tension ever so palpable with these two teams here. Almost a daily double of jeopardy right now in the final few minutes of play. It was a disjointed first 20, 25 minutes, and now we're starting to see some more juice in this game. Last second instructions from the Vanier bench, same for the Champlain bench, and now an opportunity here to make it 3-2. What do they have left in this game? What does Champlain have left? Both teams in the mood for the full 3 points here. Tails are up for both Vanier and Champlain. And now the moment of truth comes for the Cavaliers in the final 3 minutes of play. Do they have one more roll of the dice that could come up a 3rd goal? Sharp angle here, and this might be an outswinger. 2-person wall for the Cheetahs. Near post, header, ricochets, and right into Van Doesburg's feet, into hands. As the last touch for Lavoie did not come through cleanly. And a kung fu kick right there, this time coming through for Castanero. And back it comes. Hander ball that hit the hand. Referee did not see it. And now she does. So now you're starting to see a little bit more twitch from the Vanier perspective. And a free kick coming up here for Sarrois in the final 5. Wow. Could this be the magic touch? It will not be that. Grandin ricochets. Knocking over the Vanier player. Play on, referee says. Wow, slide kick, and this will go out to Van Doesburg. Or she clattered into Murray Latos. And it feels like these two teams can go another 90 with the way they've gone back and forth here. Almost like a service ace of tennis. You serve an ace, we serve an ace. And right now, one of these teams will have to have the kill shot at their feet. Could this be the moment? Coming into the box, Victoria on the end line. Vasilionis, and that deflects off the Centurion defender of the Vanier Cheetahs. And we're in the final minute before the 90. And Roy will have a chance once again. Grandin will come up for the short. She gets it. Grandin looking. Kumar, well read. Kumar had the energy reserves in her back pocket, and she used it perfectly on that moment. And Dufour played over, and now this will be a goal kick here. And you wonder for Vanier if they are okay splitting the points by the way it's gone for them the last few minutes of play. Both teams are going to be left to be desired on them wanting the full points. But it's been a scintillating, a sumptuous game with these two teams going at it. And played once more. And there could be a few more times they could have a rendezvous in terms of the regular season playoffs and maybe the Nationals. Morelli really been a menace to Stabile in this matchup and played back out by Kumar. Costanero. We met. Pushed away this time by Gaudette. And this will be right to Lavoie, who knocks over to St-Lambert, and this will be a free kick here for the Cheetahs. We're in injury time. And with that, perhaps this might be Vanny's last roll of the dice. The fizz in the bottle has been let out, and we've seen a plethora of goals in the second half. An excitement that has kept this fan base here for both sides on the edge of their seats. Launched back into orbit once more over Kumar's head. Allard can't get to it. Sanford does. And now right to Morelli, who can't get that cleanly. And it comes right to Perrault. Grandin may be on her last inch of fuel. And this will be a throw-in here for the Cavaliers. And this might be the last act of this matchup between these two teams. Poked up ahead. Over the head of Victoria. And that takes a calm bounce for Vanier. And both teams trying to get one more rush. Morelli thought it was out. One more roll, we'll see now. Hey, open space now for the Chiefs. Grandin back on defense. Here is Sigmund. Off the hand, Sigmund gets it back once more. We met. They'll need to launch one more. Sigmund. Right over to Costanero. Sigmund. Kumar now pushes herself up. Left side it comes. This has been the strength for the Cheetahs from the left end. Header, Morelli. Almost looking like Erling Haaland out there on that shot attempt. And she's played like Haaland out there in terms of her presence and being a poacher of creation for the Cheetahs. Morelatos, first touch failed her. Roy racing up ahead. Allard with Sanford along with Grandin, and this will go off for a deep throw in. And Grandin is definitely zapped of energy. Roy can't get to that. And Dufour from the center line. Kumar's got space. Morelatos, could this be the last act? Morelatos, and her touch was too heavy. Jean Peltier was right there, but if Morelatos kept it more to her right, that could have been in for a goal chance for Vanier. Still injury time left. And that could be the final act here as the referee looks at the watch. And that is it. Honors even. Vanier Champlain 2-2. It appeared when there was some twitchy moments in the final 5 of this matchup. And now goes 2-0-1. Vanier 1-0-1. So 2-2 here from Seaway Park. Our next broadcast will be this Friday. John Abbott will pay a visit to Champlain. Now a sumptuous, exciting game between Champlain and Vanier as they split honors even. We'll see you Friday.